Hey gang, Jim Farmer here. It's October 14th, Monday, and I'm in the man cave today. My back's still hurting, still kind of strained, so I'm still taking some time off the lake to kind of let that heal. So, tying some new rigs on things today and kind of getting my rods set for when I do get a chance to get out there. And getting ready to tie my shaky head leader on. And I wanted to show you guys, before I tie it on the rod here, I want to show you guys the knot that I use when I'm going braid to Flouro, and the type of braid and the type of Flouro that I use on a daily basis. And when I'm out in the boat, sometimes I have to retie my rigs and retie my braid to Flouro knot. So I like to be able to do it quick out there. I like something that's easy. So I kind of came up with my own knot, and I'll tell you why. First, I'm using cast braid. And the cast braid, this is 20-pound cast braid, and believe it or not, that little old braid right there, that diameter is 20-pound test. It's small diameter, and that's why I like it. And, I can feel the bite real well too with this small diameter cast braid. Another reason I use it, probably the furthest casting braid that I've ever used. So that's another aspect to using the cast braid. And the last one is, since it has such a small diameter, it's pretty forgiving on the knots. And so when I'm tying my Flouro to braid with the cast braid, I'm pretty confident that that knot's going to hold. And I've used this knot for the last 3 years, and it's always held. So number two is the Seaguar Tatsu 10 pound. I like the Seaguar Tatsu 10 pound. The 10 pound's got kind of a smaller diameter than your other brands of fluorocarbon in the 10 pound. So it's got a diameter about the same diameter as a 8 pound in other brands. So 10 pound Tatsu. Next is the line cutter. I have this in my boat all the time, in my pocket. I'm always carrying it around. There's one in my, right now there's one out there in the cup holder of my boat. I got this one out of the shop here that I use in the shop, but this is the line cutters. Love the line cutters. They can, once I get the knot tied, I can trim that off pretty close on the knot with the little line cutters. They're small, the little blade's compact, and I can get it right down to the quick on that knot and get that trimmed up in no time. So I gotta have my line cutter. So here it is real quick. I'm gonna show you my knot that I use Flouro to braid on a daily basis just to get me back going out in the boat. So what I wanna do is I wanna make a loop, and I wanna put the extra line in my loop in my fingers just like that, and pinch that loop with my thumb and my forefinger. Now the next step is to come in with your braid. So I got my cast braid here, and right now I just wet about the last 4 inches of the cast braid. Now this is real important, the way you do this here. So I'm gonna drop that braid down through my loop that I made, that I'm pinching with my finger, and I'm gonna come to the back side of it. I'm gonna start wrapping. Use my thumb, index finger, a couple fingers of the other hand, and I'm just gonna start wrapping this. And it's kind of like the Alberto. You go out 7 times with the Alberto and come back 7. Well, this, you just go out 9 times. Now, what I'm going to do is, once I get it 9 times, I'm going to grab that tag in, and I'm going to come back up to my loop. And you remember how we dropped it in? Well, I turn the loop over, and this is the bottom side of the loop, and I'm just chasing it, going up, back up instead of down. And then I'm going to grab the tag in. I'm going to pull it tight. And I got the Flouro in the other hand, and I'm just going to cinch this down. Cinch this down real nice and tight, just like that. Okay, so we got 9 times out, back up through the hole. If I dropped it down, remember we dropped it down into the loop and wrapped it around. Now I want to come back and go back up through the hole and chase it back out, just opposite of dropping it in. So that's how you do that. So now that we've got our knot, we're going to come in here with the little line cutters. Got the knot ready right down there. I'm going to trim that off right at the knot. Okay. Other end, we got a Flouro. Find our little Flouro tag in right there. We're going to come down to the knot, take our little line cutters, And cut that right at the knot. So that's pretty quick, and it goes pretty quick when you do it a few times out in the boat. But that's the castaway knot. Just drop it down through the hole, and you go around 9 times and come back. And I'm going to trim just a little bit more. It looks like there's a little Flouro, little bit of Flouro. So see, I can get my little line cutters, and I can get down there and I can trim that extra little bit off that might hang up. When you go to cast this thing, the better you got it trimmed, the less it's going to cause friction on your eyelets. So there you go. That's the castaway braid to Flouro knot. And that's how I tie it out on the boat.